Hello everyone, this was a mountain bike ride I did on Monday this week, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This was from my home in Simi Valley out through the Woodridge open space and the sort of Cheseboro area. Might be pronouncing that wrong, but I think that's how we say it. The overall distance was about 35 miles. The rest of the distance is walking the dog, hence why the time is a lot higher and the average speed comes right down because of that. The overall elevation is about right though, about 5,000 feet of climb. There's a lot of climbing on this ride. Just open up the map. So right here is the top of the Wood Ranch Parkway and Long Canyon Road. This is where the Long Canyon Trail is. Here there is a large car park. You see a lot of people, a lot of activity here on mornings and weekends. Lots of hiking, lots of mountain biking to be done, and the area is not normally that busy in general once you've got past this first area. So there's this Woodridge open space. So I'll come through here. I'll insert video clips of certain sections to show you where I am and the sort of activity you'll see. Mostly it's going to be downhill because I don't think anyone really wants to watch me going uphill. But so you come through here. This is part of the Alton Ridge Trail. This brings you out to another estate sort of housing development area. You cut through this. There is a sort of a gate fence here that you have to get off the bike for a second. Come through, then the Long Ranch Parkway. Then this brings you out to you'll start seeing cars parked along this area. Then there is the trail opens up here, and this is the Albertson Fire Rd. You can only really go one way here. You can't really get lost. Once you've got past this section here, you're out and away. The Albertson Fire Rd there's a few sort of public works buildings and so on around here, but it's well signposted saying which way you can and cannot go. So once out of here, you see the elevations changing by the sort of the width of the lines. This area here, around here, it gets steep quite quickly, but we're sort of cutting along the edge of it. I would say it was a strenuous ride in terms of overall distance. It's about 35 miles, but there are lots of sections which you can do, and you probably wouldn't need to be out as long as you could, as long as I was. I mean, any one of these trails will take you back into Simi, or any one of these trails will take you back to where you started. So Albertson Motorway, as you can see, the zigzagging back and forwards here, quite a lot of climbing. And then out here, this is where I would come back up to the Albertson Motorway after the rest of the ride. I'd go along the Albertson Motorway, great views across out into Simi, all the way through here. I know this route well now. I mean, it's basically quite hard not to follow the main route. The major routes are the white dotted lines. The minor lines are the yellow ones. So you have to. There are small signposts, but basically, as long as you keep on the Albertson Motorway, you're fine. Some of these paths are gated off, or they run into an area where it's sort of horseback riding only. So but again, it's clearly signposted. So across the top of the Albertson Motorway, then this is one of the highest spots in the area around here, and there's a large electricity pylon. Spin around the back of that, and then I just noticed this is Edison Road. That makes sense because I think basically this road is set up so that the electricity pylons can be accessed by works trucks. It goes up and down, up and down. There's lots of there's no sort of extremely long down sections. For every down section, there's a decent uphill section, but you sort of, there's rewards for the climbs every now and again, enough to keep you going. So I come all the way through here. I did have to use look at my Google Maps now and again, which I downloaded before I left, which, if you didn't know, you can download Google Maps before you leave the house because there is no mobile or cell reception out here. And so Cheseboro Canyon, you're coming into this sort of now. Lots more. I think this long straight I did capture on video, I think. I'll put that in if I can find out which bit it was. But this Edison Road turns into Cheseboro Ridge Trail. Come all the way down to the bottom, and then you're going back into I don't know, like a civilian area or a housing area. So a quick about face, back up the Cheseboro Canyon Trail, and then this is all, it's fairly straightforward. There's a couple of climbs where maybe a few people might need to get off the bike and push over certain bits, and if it's rained recently, some bits get washed out and it creates quite big canyons. But overall, nothing too difficult. Nothing on this ride is overly technical. If if at any point you can get off if you don't want to go through it. But I don't remember feeling any danger, perhaps, and I'm by no means an expert or anything. You can see here where it gets quite steep quite quickly through these close lines, and basically you're getting yourself all the way back out, and then because this is the high point, you have to climb back out of this part. So you come out back up to the Albertson motorway after this is a bit of a steep climb, bit of a grind, and then you basically a lot of downhills in here. You can pick up some real pace back through the Woodridge open space. You'll probably start bumping into more and more people here, but basically either end of this trail you're going to come across more walkers. When you're in the middle of it, not so much. You're quite a long way out from anywhere. Back through the housing area here, back into this Woodridge open space, so back to then down. This runs along the side of another housing estate, and then this is back where the car park is, and then you're back to the start. If you needed any snacks or drinks or anything like that after your ride, this is a long downhill all the way into here, and then you have in here there's a Starbucks and a CVS and a Subway and that sort of thing, if you needed a bit of sustenance after your ride. But yeah, that's basically it for the trail itself. And then, so overall, probably about 2,500 calories. I picked up a high speed of about 38 miles an hour. Couldn't tell you exactly where that is without looking at the map properly, but as you can see, the elevation changes a lot, and then I think this bit is like the long climb back out up the top of the Albertson motorway, and then back out. Great ride. If you want to try and find it on Strava and look at it more closely, it's named Cheesey Bros. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon.